I'm not interrupting anything.
What were you thinking?
This is a huge mistake.
You are just who I'm looking for.
I think you're exactly where you need to be.
This is my life you're talking about.
Leave, or I call the cops.
Sasha really needs to stop acting so high and mighty. If she didn't want this rumor to spiral out of control, maybe she should have just come clean about sleeping with Willow's husband. Instead, she's sitting there pretending to be the perfect saint, all while doing something way worse to a friend than what Willow ever did. Sasha, seriously, just admit that Jason isn't the father, and then go track down Cody and let him have it too. And don't even get me started on New Jack. He's got to go. Bring back Charles Major, please. New Jack is just, he has zero chemistry with Carly, and I'm beyond disappointed. As for Drew, he's the king of deflection. The guy actually has the nerve to call Carly pathetic, just because he thinks Jason knocked up Sasha. But then he has no problem sleeping with his nephew's wife. If anyone's pathetic, it's him, and I can't wait for Sasha to tear him a new one. Seriously, Drew has to go. I can't stand what they've done with his character. Willow absolutely needs to know he slept with her mom. Meanwhile, Sasha is just trying to enjoy her baby and not asking for anything from anyone. Emma overheard something and totally misinterpreted it, and now she's spreading rumors. I can't stand Emma. GA's writers, what were you thinking? I could go on, but it's getting harder to enjoy this show like I used to. I don't think the actors are feeling it either, or so many wouldn't be leaving, right? Jason is probably going to claim the baby is his, which just puts Sasha and her baby in even more danger, especially now that Sidwell's in town. The guy could use this as leverage to get back at Jason and Holly all at once. Jocelyn, I love you, but seriously, take Anna's advice and back off before you end up in a body bag. I mean, it's not like I want you to get hurt, but come on, this isn't exactly the time for heroic moves. Look, I'm just putting this out there. The Drew we're seeing, not really Drew. He's more like Shiloh, obsessed with Willow and pulling all the strings behind the scenes. The real Drew? He's probably locked away in some ratty shack Cyrus has stashed him in. It's just a theory, but I can totally see Joss running off to find Drew, only for Cyrus or Shiloh to catch her in the act. Sound familiar? That's exactly why Sam had to die, revenge. And Cyrus? Always been cold-like since prison. Honestly, I'm betting those two are working together. Makes sense, right? Now, about Sasha. I get that it's no one's business who the father is, but come on, really? Saying nothing when you know rumors are flying is so selfish. It's just a tiny bit ridiculous not to clear up the mess before it starts hurting other people. I'm guessing they'll have Jason step up and claim the kid just to throw people off Michael's scent. But that doesn't even make sense. How does Jason not being the father make everyone think Michael is? With literally no one knowing she slept with him, they're more likely to assume some random stranger from a bar is the dad before they even think about Michael. But sure, keep playing that game. Honestly, I was dying to see Tracy tear Willow apart until she has a total mental breakdown and needs to be checked into a psychiatric hospital. Willow, complete idiot. Honestly, she and Drew both need to just leave GH. And while we're at it, Cyrus can kill Drew off, and then Chase and Brooklyn can adopt. They'd be way better parents than those two. Okay, and am I the only one who wants someone to just slap Willow across the face and say, "Your Aunt Liesel saved your life"? Drew's just one of the people who helped. Oh, and by the way, your home is also Michael's home. Having Drew, there's not only a bad look, but it's downright tacky. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Messy Syrup. It's me, Abby, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. Joss, who didn't see that coming? The girl's as stubborn as they come, so of course she gets caught. And poor Cyrus, seriously, the guy's a saint. And now he's being treated like this? All for what? And now this brat is trying to sneak into his house. I couldn't agree more, Sasha. Drew's gotta get you out of that mess. It's classic deflection on his part. And seriously, what in the hello dolly is Jocelyn even doing? She's the epitome of self-absorption. Anna could literally be handing her the keys to sanity, and Jocelyn wouldn't even hear it. She's too busy thinking the world revolves around her. Newsflash, sweetheart, it doesn't. It's all about what she wants. Who cares what anyone else thinks, right? Honestly, if Anna locks her up for obstruction, that's probably the best thing that could happen to her at this point. At least that'd be a break from the mess she's about to walk into when Cyrus catches her snooping. Brad? Yeah, he's officially on Cyrus's radar now. I'd say good luck, but at this point, I'm not feeling sorry for him. As for Carly, you've got to respect her. She didn't let Brad's nonsense get to her at all. Now, I'm just waiting for Sasha to pounce on him. That'll be fun to watch. And speaking of things that make me roll my eyes, this new guy, Chris, please. Charles Major had that charm, and young Charles? Chef's kiss. He was like a sexy mix of Hugh Jackman and salt and pepper hair. Basically, the kind of guy who could get anyone drooling. But Chris, he has no accent, no magnetism, nothing. Honestly, I might just start skipping his scenes altogether. No thanks. Lastly, both Sasha and Michael deserve a shot at happiness. They'd make an amazing couple if Michael can get out of that clinic and actually heal. And ooh, looks like a Lucky or Liz reunion might be on the horizon. Should be interesting to see how that plays out. So, in case you missed it, the General Hospital cast, yes, including Maurice Benard and Laura Wright, are making an appearance on the Jennifer Hudson show today. Didn't know that was happening. You're not alone. The show airs at 2 p.m. in the East on NBC, but good luck figuring out if that's actually an NBC show or if it's syndicated. You'll probably want to check your channel guide for that one. Now about the new Jack. Look, I'm not upset about the actor change. I'm upset about the timing. Just when things were starting to get interesting, with some real chemistry building up between the characters, they go ahead and change actors. Classic move. The new guy? Sure, he's probably a solid actor and will fit right into the role, but why not pull this stunt earlier? Now, Carly's going to sleep with 2 different Jacks in the span of a few days? Yeah, that's definitely something we'll need to see, I guess. And let's be real, the old Jack? Way better looking. Plus, the guy had some seriously fun facial expressions. Those sneaky, exciting, don't mess with me vibes that made his scenes pop. Now, I know the whole Jack Brennan recast has been beaten to death, and I'm sure the producers are not listening to a word of this, but come on, there was literally no other actor who could hold a candle to Charles Major. The guy was Jack Brennan. Maybe just leave his storyline off the canvas until another blue-eyed 50-something Aussie hunk comes along. GH, do better. This is just my opinion, though please, no rude comments. Speaking of mistakes, getting rid of the original Jack Brennan, massive fail. What a disappointment. If you were going to recast, at least make sure you grab another Australian actor who might be a decent replacement, not, whatever that guy was. And seriously, please don't let Carly get involved with him. That's going to be absolutely disgusting. As for Lulu and Joss, oh, they've got all the same issues. Both of them think they're the center of the universe, constantly playing hero in situations they don't belong in. Lulu nearly got her daughter killed trying to play cop, and Joss? She literally tipped off Cyrus to the cops being on his tail, because why not? Maybe it's time these two get off their high horses, let the cops do their job, and actually focus on their families. Lulu, go home to your kid, and Joss, maybe spend some quality time with your mom or Michael's kids. Honestly, it's getting ridiculous. Both of them act like they care more about their questionable skills than the people who actually need them. Joss really couldn't care less about who blew up Michael. Honestly, she's way more concerned about who killed Dex. Meanwhile, Portia and Terry finally realized the deaths at the hospital were intentional. So here's the burning question. Why haven't they called Elizabeth back to work yet? She was already on leave when Michael got injected with the Digitalis, so it's pretty clear she wasn't involved. It's just a little weird that the police are involved now. No one's even bothered to question Elizabeth as a suspect, and yet she's still sitting at home like she's been placed on probation. Odd, right? Also, can we please stop ragging on Chris McKenna, who's now playing Jack Brennan? Seriously, the guy's barely been on the show for 5 minutes, and suddenly he's not a good fit. I'm just wondering if the same people complaining have any acting credentials of their own. Probably the same folks who whined about every other recast too. Let's be real here. Oh, and don't you just love the little drama unfolding with Jason pretending to be Sasha's baby daddy and marrying her? Then Monica kicks the bucket and leaves her house to Jason, making Sasha the lady of the manor. Tracy's going to love that plot twist. Lastly, with the original Brennan out, GA seriously needs to end this whole Carly and Brennan romance thing. There's zero chemistry between Carly and this new guy. It's honestly a shame the original Brennan quit, because he and Carly actually had something. But I guess the writers will have to turn this new guy into the villain to break up this wonderful new pairing, because if they don't, those scenes are going to be pure fast-forward material. The Drew Billy Miller played was definitely jealous of Jason, and he certainly didn't hold back his dismissive attitude toward him. But let's be real, was he ever a total egomaniac, plotting to ruin everyone in his path, or was that just a mask he wore? Maybe he just hid his bitterness beneath the surface, biding his time until the moment was right. And if we're being honest, that could totally explain the Drew we're seeing now. Forget about all those wild theories about brain injuries, tumors, or mind control. Let's face it, no one really knew who Drew was to begin with. His life before being kidnapped and turned into Jason's clone is a complete mystery. And who's to say he wasn't always a self-serving, egotistical jerk? They've hinted at a rough childhood, sure, but really, it seems like he's been playing this game for much longer than any of us realized. Let's talk about what's clear, though. Drew has absolutely no shame. He's managed to snag all the key money he could get his hands on, bought Aurora from the sketchy duo of Derek Wells, Ika, Julian Jerome, and now, surprise, surprise, he's claiming he built the media empire from scratch. We're not buying it, Drew. Not even close. And on top of that, he's using the Quartermain name to climb the political ladder as a newly minted congressman. Maybe, just maybe, this is the real Drew we've been waiting to see. After all, sometimes you just have to throw off the mask and reveal what a piece of work you really are. But let's address something else. Can we talk about all the hate that gets thrown at new actors? Seriously, whenever a new actor steps into a role, whether it's permanent or temporary, the negativity starts flying immediately. It's like clockwork. The first episode with barely any lines, and boom, the criticism is relentless. It's as if some fans can't give anyone a chance to make the role their own. Every Carly has brought something unique to the character, and the new Lulu is doing an amazing job. It's mind-boggling why anyone would want to be an actor, with how quick people are to throw stones. But hey, I guess I'm just not as perfect as some fans who think they're entitled to tear others down. I'd rather just enjoy the show, flaws and all. Fans since 1973, by the way. And lastly, Drew's green-eyed monster is in full force, isn't it? He's so obsessed with taking Jason down that he's abusing his power at every turn. Case in point, he just did Jason and Michael a huge favor by blabbing to the whole Metro Court about Sasha's pregnancy with Jason's baby. Drew should be focusing on his own career, because, honestly, his list of misdeeds is growing longer by the day. Loose lips sink ships, and with Cody in the mix, Drew's ship is looking mighty leaky. Just when I thought the storyline was actually going somewhere and the actors were finally clicking, they pulled the rug out from under me. A lot of you shared the official story that he decided to step away from the role of Brennan. Fine, it's his choice, and I guess we all have to accept it and wish him well. But honestly, no one could have predicted how perfect the chemistry was between him and Carly. It was magic. And sure, we all know it takes some time to warm up to a new actor in a recast. But this one? Epic fail. The character worked because of that James Bond-level attitude and undeniable sex appeal. The chemistry between them was instant, but the new guy? He's just another soap actor with a decent resume. Great, but that's not what we needed here. What worked was the mystery, the guy with a morally flexible compass, the one whose world completely shifted when he met a certain woman. It gave the character depth. What we didn't need was yet another seasoned actor who just didn't bring what made us, probably all of us, tune in. I don't get it. I'm not sure who's in charge of casting, but clearly they don't understand the meaning of chemistry and sizzling hot. I really hope GH fixes this mistake. I'm sure the new guy's a great actor, but he's just not the right fit for this role. I thought Charles Measure, the guy who played Brennan, quit, right? But I just read he got fired. Why? He was perfect for the part. It doesn't even make sense that GH would fire him. And as for Drew, well, he got in one little gut punch, but honestly, nothing compares to what Carly did to him. In the end, we'll find out that what Drew said was just gossip and nonsense, but everything Carly said was spot on. I can't wait for tomorrow's episode. Oh, and I am so glad Cody found Drew with Selena. She's one of my favorite female gangsters. And Drew, not only are you spreading lies, but you did it in a room full of women who are definitely going to give you a piece of their mind. Sasha, even though you're pregnant, rip him apart. Tracy, time to bring out the old Tracy and tear him down. I cannot wait for this. Where do I even begin with this whirlwind of nonsense? First off, let's talk about Jack Brennan being replaced. Seriously? If Charles made that call, I'll grudgingly accept it, but if someone else was behind this travesty, well, buckle up, because I'm so not happy. The chemistry between Laura and Charles, or Carly and Brennan, was honestly the best on-screen pairing we've had in ages. It's like they were the only couple worth watching. Now, Cody, can he please just zip it about Sasha being pregnant and trying to name Jason as the so-called father? Honestly, his mouth has gone way past annoying at this point. And don't even get me started on Drew and Willow. They have no shame. They're sleeping in the same bed where Willow once shared some so-called romantic moments with her still husband, Michael. That's just straight up low. Willow needs to take a deep breath, remove that ancient wedding ring from Michael's great-grandmother, and hand it back if she's truly all in with Drew. We're all waiting, Willow. Oh, and Drew? Big-time hypocrite vibes. He's out here accusing Sunny and Jason of being criminals while secretly going to Ms. Wu for help with his plan against Curtis. Jealous much. Let's talk about Jason and Sasha, shall we? These two adults are single, consenting, and absolutely free to do whatever they want. But somehow, it's everyone else's business. Let them live. Why is Drew acting like he's suddenly the moral compass of Port Charles? And seriously, why is Anna telling Jocelyn to stay out of the Cyrus investigation when Jack Brennan's all about getting her to invest? Mixed signals much. And can we take a moment for Elizabeth and Lucky casually strolling down memory lane? Oh, and Lucy. Looks like she's a little too interested in the attention Sidwell's giving Jordan. But guess what? Jordan and Isaiah are playing Sidwell, so maybe Lucy should be the one jealous. Honestly, Drew needs a reality check. Jason and Sasha aren't doing anything wrong. They're consenting adults. Get over it, Carly. Drew strolls into the Metro Court, his eyes scanning the room until they land on Lucy, Maxie, and Lulu sitting at a table. With a smirk, he raises an eyebrow and quips, "Should my ears be burning?" Lucy, never one to miss a beat, shoots back, "Actually, your entire head should be burning." Classic Lucy. Drew smirks at the jab, but doesn't flinch. In other news, it's crystal clear Drew's about to lock down that house for himself, Willow, and the kids. No surprise there. But here's the kicker. Nina could totally throw a wrench in that plan. But surprise, surprise, she won't. As for the people calling for a new actor to save Drew's character, maybe they should stop for a second and realize it's not the actor's fault. The actor is just delivering lines from a script, folks, and the director is telling them how to deliver those lines. It's not like they're suddenly going rogue and making up their own dialogue. Honestly, it's amazing how many people don't get that. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.